Good morning, Junkanoo world. This is Visha Main Road live. We are live this morning, folks. I have had a absolutely long evening and long morning. If you're watching, go ahead and share the video. I am now jamming. I am jamming to the unofficial winners of the 2018 Boxing Day Parade. And folks, I just had to go live. Big ups to my BFF, Mr. Elvis Thurston, all the way in West Palm Beach. I can't wait to see you. I need a break. Make it happen. I want to come see you. Folks, the Junkanoo world is upside down this morning. If you're watching, go ahead and share the video. We have to just talk about this. I want to hear some of your feedback this morning in terms of these voice notes that's going around. You know, a lot of people saying they're staged. And to many effect, a lot of people are saying a lot of things. Now, just give me a minute. I want to go ahead and share this video also on my page. But invite a few friends if you're just joining in to go ahead and share the video, because this one could be rough this morning, what I can talk about, because I've been sitting on some things for a very long time. I have seen so much. In the past few days, I have seen so much from last year's Boxing Day Parade. And, you know, when the person came to me with the information, I said, listen, there's a process that it has to go through. It's a process that it has to go through, so we had to wait with the IRC, and we had to wait on a couple other things to be in place. You know, you have to wait till the process is done. But it bothered my spirit this morning, folks, and I could be honest with you guys. You know, when I was on the parade management team in charge of the judges, I held them as esteemed the highest of the highest in terms of integrity, in terms of honesty, and we created a code of ethics to make sure that you can be untouchable from the media or people questioning your credibility when it comes to judging these parades. And people don't understand. Months, hours taken away from family life and time put into this to make this thing work, and for you to come on Bay Street and do a dirty, I call it. A dirty. I calling it a dirty. I calling it a dirty because it's a dirty thing. It's a skullduggery thing, man. Listen. This morning, my phone was bouncing all morning, all night. You know. And persons don't understand. I have a lot of friends in the Junkanoo world. I have a lot of friends, period. Full stop. I worked 34 years to a company where I met persons from all walks of life. And my whole thing, when I worked at these companies, I used to start pulling in people to pay their dues, to help our culture. From January 2nd, if I saw you on the road, I used to say, listen, I met you in the food store in the aisle. I didn't care what you do. Once I'm an approachable person, I can speak to anybody. If you're on the side of the road, sweeping garbage, I don't care to me because you're a person, you're a human being. I would ask you, hey, listen, you want to be a Junkanoo judge? Come out. Be a patriot to your country. Show some patriotism and support the system. So this ain't no little thing when you just put out a form and come in and say, listen, can be a Junkanoo judge. And I understand that, you know, applications and emails and stuff were being sent by groups for years for their family members to come in and judge. I don't have a problem with that, you know. I don't have a problem with that. Because if you don't come in there for no skullduggery, it doesn't care who your family member is. And I think that's one of the reasons why they started the vetting process. Yes, you have a few bad apples in the bunch. And for those who listening in, if you have any questions that you want to ask, go ahead and throw it there. We're going to discuss it. But this morning, I personally, I hear these voice notes long time. From on New Year's morning, the person came to me and let me listen to their phone, and I listened to these voice notes, one or two. But again, this morning, they showed up to me, my house, And I saw the names of these persons. I don't know the person voices. But it upset. I didn't even eat breakfast yet. I can be honest with you. I didn't even eat breakfast yet. For you to say, listen, and this is what I heard with my own ear. Oh, I just get my paper. I look at the time. It was the time of the morning of the parade. I look at the time to say, oh, I doing lead piece. My friend doing step down. My other friend doing off the shoulder. What? Listen, I don't curse. But Junkanoo, I have a passion for it, so I have to speak. What is going on, people? What is going on? I see some of my former judges on here. Y'all please say something. Say something to the effect of what you want me to say. I know Facebook was blown up last night. Blown up like crazy. But man, where's the integrity? Where is the integrity level? We are the guardians, man. We are people. It hurt me. It hurt me because I knew when I was in there, one or two might have slipped through the cracks. But listen, they used to call me Judge Judy and Rosemary Munnings, and big up to Rosemary and Sheila, some of my former judges, and all of the persons who are in MLB at Junkanoo. Rosemary, a reminder came up on my Facebook about how unorthodox my methods was. But I knew why I had to be unorthodox in doing that, because it made a difference of when you come to Bay Street, no matter what your favorite group was, you knew you came there to make this thing go forward. You knew, whatever you wrote was going to make a difference in moving it forward. And skullduggery don't work, man. We stagnating ourselves. We in the 20th century. When you could be betting and paying to throw people costume out what they work for years on. And I say to myself, a common sense, a person who have a business head, got money, why you gonna pay somebody for you to win? That don't make no sense for me. But you could spend $30,000 on a costume, right? What it is? What it is? Is this a man ego thing? Is it what is it? What is it? I need to know what it is. Bragging rights, and then for how long? And I understand for years people been putting people in the system, plan underneath the radar. Boy, listen, under me you had to be underneath the radar because I was a dragon. And I was a dragon because my name had to go behind it. My whole point was to make the people who were above me to look good. Not even to look good. I just was doing what was planted in me to do from my DNA. But when I could hear these voice notes of these ladies talking. And then they so blatant. And I looking at the names. I don't know no alias names, but I looking at these things and I listening. And this ain't something that was sent to me. This come from the horse's mouth. You know, I knew about it, like I said. I told the person, listen, wait and sit on it. Wait till IRC. And if you have to go before them and present your case, you do what you have to do. But does people go to this end now just to win? What are we coming to? People, if you're watching, share this video, man. This is wrong. This is blatantly wrong. And something has to be done from the top, come straight down. We just got to shake up everything. We've been sitting on a lot of things for a long time. A long time. A lot of things was happening with me also. And I never spoke about it. You know, it was put out there that I was stealing Junkanoo money and doing all these other kind of things. And I didn't even have access to these things. I was spending money out of my own pocket to make sure my judges got what they want. And I kept receipts. But it's for power, some people will just let you drop the thing they moving forward. And it was a discouragement for me. And I had to pray about it and I walked away. I walked away. Because I don't believe in skullduggery. I don't believe in nobody telling me what to do. You can't tell V. Charmaine Roll what to do, especially when it comes to my culture. You can't tell me what to do. I might have an unorthodox way of doing things, but I know why I was doing it, because as a woman, small axe cut down big tree. I thought about my mother. I thought about my father. I thought about my grandmother, my ancestors who stood. I am standing on their shoulders. The system is now flawed. What are we going to do about it, people? What are we going to do about it? You know, I have already done several interviews. I'm invited again this week to go on another station. And, you know, I went and talked about the system. And see, I was so well into the system, I knew who my people were. When you sign in, I looked at your name. I knew that your name matched your face. So when your score sheets come back in, and it was a spoiled on the floor, when I got that jump drive and I go through that and I could see what you was doing, they didn't have to tell me who you was. I knew from your handwriting, what your your handwriting told me your face. I could have tell everybody what their name was. In the space of 2 weeks, I knew everybody's name. And I always tell everybody, get to know. Get to know. Yes, Ellery, the road change now have to be enforced. I used to tell everybody, get to know the person who is sitting on the side of you. Get to know that person. Get to know them in a depth where they know that. Let them know that they would be responsible. And you know, the talkers are there, oh, I control and people, I control people. And people, this ain't no bite back or no fall back on nobody, you know. Because I could have done this video a long time ago. I could have speak to this a long time ago, but I didn't fight any battles. God fight my battles for me. And he told me that the one the building rejected would always be the cornerstone. It was hard at times, you know. It was hard at times, but I had to let it take its course. And now this course where it's going, I had to just say something. Because there's no way I listening to people telling, man, listen. And I know all y'all didn't hear the videos. Y'all didn't hear the videos. They jokey what y'all hear. Y'all didn't hear the real set yet. I hear the real set. I hear the real ones with telling everything. Y'all hear a little pinch. So that's why I could talk to this, because I know what I hear. And what I ain't hear from somebody said it to me. I hear it from the people's phone. You know, it's discouraging. It's discouraging when people are go beyond the beyond just to win. I remember a few years ago when I was in the judging system, when a particular group won over another group, and I watched these people come in court, put their hand on the Bible and swear just for a win, and they was wrong. I say they don't fear God. They don't fear God. People, we have to wake up as a nation. We have to wake up. This thing what we love called Junkanoo, it's going to the dogs. Where is it heading? What can we do to make it better? I need suggestions. I need somebody to say something. I need something to be right and go along the way. You know, I met New Year's morning, I met one of my mentors, Brendan Folks, in the back alley, and he had some persons from Washington State in. They were doing, they were here, and their main thing was to do a course, and they were doing some research on Junkanoo. And you know, one of the things he introduced, he said, this lady has been in the belly of Junkanoo, and I never really thought about it like that, but I have really, literally been in the belly of Junkanoo, and my knowledge doesn't just come just like that. People just see me, they think, oh, she just know what she do. No. I was born into Junkanoo. I was born. My DNA was born into Junkanoo. Like my daddy used to tell people, he make me in a Junkanoo shack. He make me in a Junkanoo shack. My mother met him in the Junkanoo world. Say I was conceived in the Junkanoo shack 2 Fowler Street. So I was born into Junkanoo. I was I rushed in the Valley Boys way back in the day. Little dancer. And my uncle, one of my uncles was responsible for that. From that, when Valley Boys split up and Barabbas, my cousin, say, listen, sis, all us going over, we forming Roots. That was 1990. I go on the Roots. And I wasn't doing that, and I was just a marshal. And I marshal in a little while. They march me up there too. They take my vest and give it to somebody else and say, look here, you ain't getting this morning. I was then pissed. I was too pissed. So I say, you know what? Let me go in the judging system to see what's going on here. I got to set my ground someplace else. And I could write a book and tell you all the story. So I ran into the judging system. I was a judge. No, my motive ain't got no lid on it. I speak truth. Truth can always be truth. The truth will set you free. And so I ran into the judging system. And they was treating the judge like crap. I said, listen here, I ain't coming here. I didn't just get treated like crap from this group. I ain't coming here to experience the same thing. Hello? So I start speaking up for the judges. I start telling them we want bathroom respectfully to pee, and we want food, we want this, we want that. Nicolette Bartlett, Bethel, one of my other persons that pushed me and prepared me, she said, Sarah, man, I like your spirit. I like your attitude. I want you to push yourself. Jackson Burnside, another person who was instrumental in making me move forward, God rest his soul. He said, yes, yes, yes. He used to have me on his radio programs. Every other Saturday he called me and said, you ready to talk? I said, of course. And you know, from that, just being among them, I was pulled on the side and said, listen, we need you to be a judge, to oversee the judges, just to oversee them a bit. I had not a problem with that. After that, the next year, I was elected to be the deputy chairman with responsibility for the judges. So people, y'all see my journey. This ain't just Charmaine show up and do what she want to do. You know, and some of the people who was behind me was dragging me, but I didn't care. And when I was telling them what right from wrong, they thought I was just being, I was just being stubborn and I didn't know what I was talking. But see, guess what? God is the revealer of all things in time. You know, and I forget that and I rest that behind because they closed door behind me. I cannot progress forward if I don't rest things down and let God deal with it. But the position this morning is what I really talk about because I start to get hot and straight. What are we going to do about this flawed system? If you're watching, go ahead and share the video. This is V. Charmaine Roll. FIE's Junkanoo Rush. Feel it in your belly. And for people, that's just how I feel it when I'm talking about Junkanoo because it is a passion of mine. It's in my DNA. And we got to do something with this, folks. We got to do something about this. When I first went into the Junkanoo system, everybody is the forms is to be there, and the people is the leaders is to come in and say, I want you, you, and you. It wasn't a system whereas what we have now, where you know your name is pull out the box, and the next thing is pull out the box, and they tell you what you're judging. The judges never know that night, right till before, because we had an excellent person. We had Mr. Paul Farquharson and we had Mr. Robert Bartlett who did the tally room and the packaging of those packages. And everything was just confidential. We had some little bumps and bruises here, but we had everything under lock. But where all these unorthodox people come from, man? Where they come from? Where they come from? Where? For a win? Boy, listen here. They say it's the difference between being a leader and being a boss. And that's serious. That is serious. It's quite a difference. But this thing here, folks, you know, it's just been rough. I just was saying now when I hit, and let me tell you another still story. So, I had some other issues being independent. You know, I went on a radio station the year after that. And then after that, a call was made to me and I said I would do a Junkanoo show. And I did the Junkanoo show, and you know, I didn't have too much support from the Junkanoos when it comes to sponsoring and stuff. So listen, I was trying to help keep that afloat in my pocket, but we need to stick together more and support the people who supporting you, man. Support the people who supporting you. At one point, I couldn't even get $1 for a Junkanoo band I was selling to help me promote my show, but y'all want me to run up in your face and talk. Man, listen, y'all get yourself together. Get yourself together. This thing's serious. And so from that, after the show finished, I started paying more attention to the social media and aspect of it and going live and keeping people informed. And one thing with me, I don't give out half-story news. You could tell me anything, I can investigate. If it ain't true, I ain't talking it. If I see some truth to it, I can go investigate and make sure it's right. I ain't coming to you with no half-stepping story. You understand? I ain't coming. Hey, Viola Cuz, big up to you in Houston. I ain't coming with no half-stepping story. I come in with the truth. And if you don't like me, too bad. Let's row and go get one vitamin or one Radler. And that's me, because I don't drink. But I just stupid for this thing that we call Junkanoo. It's just stupid for me, and it hurt me. It hurt me when I saw all these things going down. And what I stood for back then. You know, that was my legacy back then. People know me as a no-nonsense person. They call me Judge Judy when they see me on Bay Street. That time, I even ain't checking for them. I just trying to do my job. But I used to tell my family, when you see me on Bay Street, don't hail me. Because I doing my job. Don't hail me. Let me concentrate and do what I do. And don't look at me to think I gain you no point. or no ups because you ain't getting it. Because I ain't making you no better by cheating for you. You understand? But I see a lot of family islanders joining the video. People from Houston and West Palm Beach and New York. And so share this video, man. Share this video, man. We gotta... This is a serious thing going on this morning. And, you know, the pictures of the persons who they're saying started all this starting to go around also. Now, it is alleged, because until they do all these investigation, everything has to be alleged. But from what I'm hearing, people, they're serious. There has to be some shake-up. There has to be some accountability. Because I ain't just gone through this thing for years, for this just to come like this, and people just to destroy it, but so many good, hard-working people put their time and energy too. And, you know, we have to stop this power pull thing, and this power pull here and this power pull there for money. Because money can only take you so far. Manners and respect and your name carry you through the world. Money can only take you so far. Money can only take you so far. People like doing this because I'm trying to figure out where I got the camera doing a landscape now so you could really see some of the Junkanoo pieces behind me. One family and Valley Boys, my uncle and my brother. So I tell them I wanted a little Junkanoo effect in the background as I speak in. And of course you could hear I blasting on my TV Junkanoo. But people, we got to shake this thing up, man. It's deplorable when you could come out of a room and say, make a call and say, well, I doing lead piece and I doing step down and I doing off the shoulder. What you say? Give me the numbers? What kind of skullduggery that is, man? What kind of skullduggery that is? You know? What kind of skullduggery that is? Two, you letting somebody pay you to destroy with people, then spend months and time and hours away from their family to bring the pastry? And you got the audacity to call somebody and talking, but you need to go up a little bit on that if you want. What you want me to do? What you doing? Man, Lord have mercy. This could be long. I don't know what is going to become of those. I don't know. I know the IRC has met. I'm not really involved in that to that end. You know, I stick into my media business. But as a media, I feel was in my right to speak to this. And as a person of Junkanoo, and as a former person of the passion, what I have for this thing called Junkanoo, we have to do something about it. How do we get accountable people? I saw Owen Stubbs, big up to Owen and Genesis, who did an excellent job. I think they was one of the most improved groups this year. To get the Junkanoo legends to come and judge the parades now. And hold them accountable. Use a legend, be accountable. That's one other good area that I see as from. And I understand there's some other things that's going to be in place where there's going to be a shake-up. Why we can't run our own things, man? Why? Why we can't run our own things? Why we got to have people coming in there and destroying, like I say? And for persons who just joining this video, this just I just got up and, you know, a few things happened this morning. I just said, you know what? I got to go live on this, man. I can't sit on this no longer. I just had to go live. But I'm listening. I'm watching the screen to see if you have anything to say to this effect. How do you feel about it? If you're watching, go ahead and share the video. If you're not on the Junkanoo Rush page, go ahead and join the page. But I normally share too. Let's Talk Junkanoo, and Junkanoo should be fun. But if you want to catch up on anything firsthand, Junkanoo Rush is always going to post it first. We are for and foremost, we believe in credibility. I have a code of ethics of standards that I have set for myself in making sure that when I speak true. I have a relationship with all of the Junkanoos. Everybody know me. And I know everybody. I might know your name, but I know your face. And the respect is there. I respect every Junkanoo who ever pick up a cowbell, a drum, a dancer, your time to make this thing that we call Junkanoo, our culture, move forward. And you know, people don't realize how hard a job it was. Like how sometimes a job may be so easy and look so easy to do. But you ever realize that once you love something, it doesn't matter what it is. Once you love it, You would put your best foot forward to get it done. You would put your best foot forward. So, your best foot is accepting bribes? Is that your best foot? Where's your conscience? Where's your integrity, man? You know, we are the guardian. All Bahamians are the guardian of this thing that we love, our culture. I stand on the shoulders of so much people who come before me and made a way and paved the way. And people, as I talk and I getting goosebumps because I could just see my grandmother now, God rest her soul, get the scraping saw. My grandmother had a shack in the back of her yard when I was small. I always thought that was the biggest building in the world. And I used to hate going in there because it always smelled of urine. But hey, that's a part of Junkanoo, eh? That's a part of Junkanoo. That's where the fellas sleep 24/7 to get this thing we call Junkanoo the Bay. And so it is the day that I say, without any regret or any remorse towards anybody, we got to do something about this. We got to get back to where we was before, man. Mind you, like you say, first people said to me, man, Charmaine, this been going on a long time. Yeah? It might have been going on a long time, but boy, let me tell you something. They had that cover up like dirt. Because I was a radar. I was a radar. But folks, again, if you're just joining, go ahead and share the video. The Charmaine Road here, FIE's Junkanoo Rush. I had to just come live this morning and let y'all know, boy, listen. I mad. I dead mad. And I don't curse. But my voice says it all. And people who don't know me think I'm a rowdy person. It's not that I'm a rowdy person. I just speak with confidence. When I speak, I can speak the truth. And if you don't like it, bye. Because I don't need no more friends. I got enough people I didn't know 3/4 of Nassau and the rest of the world. So if you ain't my friend, that's your business. You could go to God with that. I hear to serve God. That's who I have to please. I don't have to please nobody else. But when you could have come out someplace and destroy. And you know, and I had another theory to this too, you know. Because from what I see going on, they say a scorned woman is a serious woman. A scorned woman is a serious woman. And if women involved in this and some other level of what I'm beginning to see is more than a lover's triangle, boy, let me tell you. But I personally listen to these voice notes. Like I say, a lot of people were saying it's staged, just in the stage that they just two little pecky things going on, man. The real stuff was what I hear. And from what I hear, they ain't gonna spoil my family name. Big up to my boo, to Boo, my twin, Brenton Boo Roll, for always having my back and making sure that Junkanoo Rush is always where it's at to be. And folks, when you see me, you see him. So y'all think my mouth loud, he ain't loud, and so the two of us together, we two straight bullhorn. And when the thing to say, the call he name was skullduggery, I almost had 10. See, listen, see my head? I need to pull the thing on my head right now. Everything on me stand up, because see, that's not his character. Now, there may be some other skullduggeries around him, but that is not his character. But when you could scout out people to put in the system, to come out of the room and make a phone call and say, I doing this and I doing that and I doing the next, where is the level of integrity, man? Where's the level? Where's it going? Some shakeups need to be done, and it needs to be done like yesterday. It needs to start now. Not tomorrow. It needs to start now. And I hold all of those persons who were accountable, who were in there, who judge. Y'all were supposed to be the guardians, man. Y'all supposed to be the guardians. Y'all supposed to make this thing go forward and not backward. Because right now we done drop, I don't know how much foot backwards in the hole. And everybody saying we's a nuisance. We ain't no nuisance. We just carrying on what our ancestors did for us back in the day, for us to have some kind of joy. Okay, I see a lot of persons online. If you have any questions you want to ask, if you have anything to say or to add to what I am saying, but the Junkanoo world has been turned upside down. Even the ministry, y'all. Like I said, I went into the ministry to get my jacket and they try to treat me funny. See, I ain't that type of person. Because I out here for the world to see this. You can't stop me with no jacket and no wristband. That can't stop me from going on Bay Street. Everybody know my face. Even if the police know my face. But all I was trying to do is to make sure the rest of the world see this thing that we love so much called Junkanoo get to the world. And so we have to stop all this little pettiness and power pulling and thing, man. We got to stop this. You know, such is life, but we have to be the bigger persons and move beyond that. If you're just watching, go ahead and share the video. V. Charmaine Roll here live this morning. And the topic is integrity, honesty, decency. Back to this thing that we love so much called Junkanoo. How do you feel about it? Make your comments under this live when I am finished. If you have any questions that you need to ask me, go ahead and ask. You know, it's just, and you know what? A lot of senior persons has decided to rest the mahal but down in Junkanoo for the same reason, you know. And I did rest it down too, but I say, you know what? I can't get discouraged. I got to continue doing what I do, and I got to continue moving forward. I'd like to say again, congratulations to the unofficial winners of the Boxing Day Parade, one family, and to the unofficial winners of the 2019 Parade, Valley Boys. And another thing too. How do you guys feel about the punching number system? I know at some point they were using tablets. But aren't we at the age now that these things can come up just on a screen? One in Rawson Square, one down to the gate, are visible for you to just walk to it and type it in. I know it costs money, but we just got to put some more time and effort into these things. And somebody inboxed me too this morning. You know, and big ups to Mamra from Saxons. Mamra, you know, I used to call him the Junkanoo prostitute because he looked like he don't know where he want to be. But Mamra got a mind on him when it comes to creativity and originality. And you know, I see why he's stuffing and being placed in among the top or in the money. Because people behind it getting paid for certain things to win. And see, that's the integrity level what I am talking about right now. Of persons getting their due when they deserve it. You know, you're mashing down their character. You know, you mashing down their character. Vida Nueva, listen girl, I send you one message in your inbox. You need to call me back and send me your cell phone number. Check your inbox, Vida. From Valley Boys. Check your inbox. But again, like I say, you know, the integrity level of this, if you're watching, just go ahead and share the video. It has to be some different. It has to be something done. It's just gone to the dogs. Everything was just simmering for a long time. Now, the pot is boiled over and it's boiling over. And we just got to make some adjustment and changes. Now, for the rest of the week, you'll probably hear some more. This voice note is just gone from here, there, and everywhere. And, No, cuz. You know I ain't gonna cuss. I leave that for you to do. I leave that for you to do, twin. I don't cuss. I leave that for you to do. But, the integrity level is flawed. And the only time I probably can cuss a word if you fool with my twin, and I don't curse, so God gonna have to forgive me for that. Or my ma, God rest her soul, or my pa, Vincent Churchill Road. Other than that, I can tell you what I have to say, and I can say what I say, and I ain't gotta say a cuss word, and you can feel it. But, I lost my partner of thinking just now. But again, like I say, you know, there has to be something done. The integrity level has to come back. You know, the world don't have to let us know. To see, you know, what is happening with our culture moving backwards. Carnival come right here and they ain't got these kind of thing, man. You know? That's them carnival business. I might watch it and think, but that don't cause my heart to beat boom, 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 and my stomach to feel funny when the drums start turning over. I just can't. I could watch it and think, but that ain't me. Carnival ain't me. I could be honest with you. That ain't me. I gotta go. Some people just go in it for making the money. I've been doing Junkanoo free for years. For years and years. On my pocket, my time, my energy. And again, it was said that I was stealing money and stuff. Let me tell you something. Those judges could tell you. We used to have big party, we used to have little socials, and one of the things I did too, if you didn't show up for your ticket, you know what I used to do? I never let it go to waste, you know. You know what I did? I used to walk down Bay Street to the areas where people would be to the fence with their children. And I used to say, listen, you want to sit down? Come, let's go. I used to tell the marshal, open the gate. Let these people through with their children. And I used to give them the tickets that was left over for them to sit down with their children. And the people say, miss, we ain't got to pay for this. I said, listen, you don't worry where it come from. You don't worry where it come from. You just sit down. You won't watch Junkanoo. You sit down and enjoy it. And that's what I used to do with persons who didn't show up for their tickets. When I was in the cycle, and Miss Henderson, many times, the work that she did, she was never offered a ticket. Man, my God, man. I used to say, Henderson, call me, man. I got a couple left over. Some people didn't show up there, and just let come get these tickets from me. Whatever left, like I say, I used to walk down Bay Street between the junctions. And I used to say, listen, especially if it's a family of 3 or 4 with children, this person through the fence, I wanted them to experience what I experienced as a child. And I would tell them, listen, I tell the bleacher marshals, open the gate, man. Open the gate. Open the gate. Let these people sit down and let these children enjoy what it was. And that was me. That was just me being me. I didn't care. You come late, you ain't show up for your ticket. Somebody who ain't paid for it can enjoy it, because some child can watch the Junkanoo on your behalf, on behalf of your work. And that was just me. You know, when I was back there, we used to put together and do a potluck. And we used to say, listen, we can have something for all this hard work what we didn't do. We can do a little social. And I know I got a lot of people in there didn't like how I do things, but I didn't care, because I didn't come here to please nobody. I came there to make a difference and to make it move forward. And I used to always tell them, you don't like me, I's human. That bothered me for 2 seconds, and whoop, that break off running off my shoulder, because I ain't carrying no burden. God cares my burden. I don't carry none. God cares my burden. And this year, just keep things a little flowing for me. I was selling a little bit of tricks here and there, you know, just to keep myself going now. And if you're you know, and for the Junkanoos to help me out a bit, and I had some things left over extra, and what I plan to do is 1 or 2 of the schools that are participating in the upcoming Junior Junkanoo Parade, I am going to definitely go ahead and give them some stuff, and then try to get some of my lights off too. My brother calling me, y'all. Excuse me 1 minute. Let me tell him I'll call him back. But I decide to do that to some of the preschools and to some of and it discouraged me again, even with Junior Junkanoo, man. I look at that thing. Woodcock Primary. And I think it's TG Glover. Let me see. And a lot of people was dependent. Hey, Joan Anderson, my sweetheart, my good decent woman, love you to death. I sent a message the other day for my love for you. Nothing has changed. And person, that was one of the most hardest working person in the Ministry of Culture. Man, listen, I used to be on her like fly on you know what, because I wanted the synopsis ready in time. And trust me, she never let me down. Never one day let me down. I used to spend almost as much time trying to sneak out from work to get to her and say, listen here, I gotta go. I got to go. Yeah, Eddie Farrington, trust me, I ain't never lose 1 day of sleep, buddy. I dribble in the night and change my pillowcase. I don't do that. Because like I say, God does fight my battles. I done been in the valley of shadow of death. And he has lifted me and raised me up to be able to speak to you today, buddy. Because I know who God is. And like I tell people, he who feels it knows it, and not tell you I've walked in my shoe or been where I have been, then you could speak on my behalf. But child, I don't lose no sleep. Now, the human part of me might feel it right then. But then, like they say, joy cometh in the morning. Joy cometh in the morning. But yes, see, Miss Anderson is just joining this conversation. If you're just joining the conversation, go ahead and share it. Go ahead and share it. You know. All right, Vita. All right, Vita. So I get that message from her. But people, again, if you're watching, just go ahead and share the video. This has been a serious weekend for Junkanoos. I know, I'm understanding that all those meetings are over. Now people can talk freely. I could ever talk, but I was just waiting. I was just waiting to really get to the depth of it and hear more of these things, these voice notes. I didn't listen to, the person let me listen to at least 6 or 7. Them two which y'all get floating around, there's a joke. There's a joke. You know, and I know whoever was mixed up in this, they sorry today. They sorry today they ever thought that they could get away with it. And who has been getting away with it for years? Your skullduggery is going to catch up with you. It's going to catch up with you because guess what? Truth can always be true. Truth shall conquer everything. It will always be conquering everything. The Bible speaks to that. Let me tell you all what I really, you know, one of the things that, and I spoke about too, because I just did a interview for somebody the other day. There's a piece on the judge's form that says, are you affiliated with any group? You know, I started doing interviews on that part because people were not putting in the truth there. And I pulled them aside and I said, listen, I know such and such is your family. I know such and such is your brother, your cousin of this. Remember now, everybody in Junkanoo World be whispering in my ear. They whispering in my ear. And I say, why would you not put that there? If it's true. What you hiding it for? I mean, they didn't send out the email to tell family and friends come out anyhow. And everybody knows somebody. So why are you trying to hide it to that effect to say? You understand? Why are you hiding it? It don't make no difference. Why are you hiding it? It don't make no difference. It don't make no difference at all. Yeah, people, y'all could see. I replaying the parades. What is this? Oh, Sadira. Yeah, I replaying some of the parades right now. Yeah. I run so hot, people, I start sweating. That's how serious this thing is. And I thank you for all you guys who have supported Junkanoo Rush over the years. We have been, I think this is our 3rd year now, being in play. You know, from the radio show to the television show. Like I say, Junkanoos, I need your support more. I need your support more when we are doing things. I like to give back. I want the Junkanoos to give back. We can't just give back at a certain point and the money just can't just keep going in one person's pocket or one set of people's pocket. We got to spread this thing around. We got to spread this thing around. So I'm going to take some questions. If anybody have any questions they want to ask in regards to anything I was saying this morning. If you have any questions, you could go ahead and put it on because I'm getting ready to log off in a bit. I got to go deal with some stuff. I got to go pull out my hair and do a couple of other things before I hit the road today. But I just had to come on live this morning and, you know, share what was on my heart. Share what was on my heart because my inbox was just blowing up. So many persons were calling. So many comments was coming in. And so let's see what we're going to stand for now in terms of what we've been hearing. Let's see where it is going to go. Let's see what is going to be done. Because, you know, when them names start calling, man, I had to go grab the paper and go look for these faces. Because one of the things that was put into place was for you to be accountable. They never did it when I was there. I think it started right after I left. So, about putting your name in the paper and you being accountable. And I think like the year after that, it was put in the paper. And it was put in the paper what you was doing, which I think was wrong. It's right and it's wrong. Let me say it's right and it's wrong. Because you can't trust nobody these days. You can't, at a certain point, you can't trust nobody. Because if a person could get to you and know what you're doing and pay you to do that, that's serious. And not only that, some of these fellas are there, they stupid, they may try harm you. You never know what it could come to. So you still have to be careful on how you set that up. Okay, your face go there, everybody that know who you is judging this, but they didn't know what you was doing. And one thing would be trained We trained everybody to make sure that you were accountable to anything that landed in your lap that you would be able to do. Anything that landed in your lap, you would be able to do. You know, the talk was that Boxing Day Parade had no penalty judges. That never happened under my watch. Never. Because if you bad and you good like that, I sure you could do 2 things one time. Penalty don't take that long. Eligibility don't take that long. Eligibility is only done at the gate. So after you do your eligibility, if you was able to do something else, you go do it. You understand? You ain't had no time to be cheating and doing all other stuff. Because we made it so much fun that even if you fail the course, we found something else for you to do. Even if it was just being a runner. And like I used to tell them, listen, being a runner is still important, you know, because if you don't get the scores in, we don't have nothing coming out. You might be writing what the score is, but you still important enough to know that you got to get that in there for them to get it out. So you still was important. So no matter what you was doing, you was important. I sound like Viola Davis now. You was important from that movie. You were important. No matter what you was doing. I had some people who took that so serious because they knew, listen, if I had, boy, and big ups to Burroughs and his wife. They were responsible with Reuben Joseph, big up to Reuben Joseph, Shirley Street. They're getting the scores from Shirley Street back across the Bay Street. Also, Arlene, last name just run out of my head just now. Cartwright. Arlene and Shenandoah. They were responsible for making sure those scores get from Shirley Street, cross the Bay Street in time to get in. And then we had people walking behind each group. We had a set of people who should just walk behind each group, so you didn't have to wait that long. As soon as they reach up to Rawson Square, when you pass that last, responsible for getting through with the police escort and getting them scores in. So, you know, we had a good system. So I must say, thank you for all the person that supported us when we were in there and making things happen and making sure everybody was held accountable for what they were doing at that time. Thank you for everybody who ever came over to be a judge at that time. I say again, thank you, and let me tell you something. Ain't nobody could drag y'all slippers. I tell you that. Not what happening now. Not to know what I know what's happening now. Because if you was doing something back then, boy, listen, let me tell you something. You had to be doing it down more than 6 feet. You had to be with 30 feet to keep that from me. Or to keep it from the people who's around me now. Somebody slip and say, well, Charmaine, 1 or 2 gone through. I say, yeah. 1 or 2 gone through, but buddy, they must see, they had that in Fort Knox Station 9. Because you know you can't keep everything, but it wasn't, it blatant now, man. It blatant. It destroying us. We got to get ourselves together, people. This is one of the videos that I will put forward for right now. I got to try to do some more investigations. Like I say, if you have any comments or anything that you want to ask or add to it, jot something under this video, and I make sure and I try to read all of the comments that are underneath this when I get some time later. Because periodically through the day, I try to check the page, or if I get a blink or a notice from the page, I try to check it. But again, V. Charmaine over here, FIE's Junkanoo Rush. Nothing else but the truth this morning, because we like to feel it in our belly.